15 ducks were in the water looking for food. 8 ducks were waddling on the shore. How many more ducks were in the water than on shore? So you probably noticed that this type of problem is a little bit different than what we're working on. However, there's something that we do know that's going to help us solve this type of problem. We are familiar with part whole. So we're going to use this idea to create something called a comparison model or a bar model. All right, so we have some practice problems that are just like the one we just read. So we have Justin has 8 apples, Calvin has 3 apples. How many more apples does Justin have than Calvin? We're going to take some notes, and your notes should look like mine. So if I'm going too fast, stop the video, pause, rewind as needed. So we're going to use bar models to help us represent. So Justin has 8 apples, so I can just draw a bar, and I can write 8 apples on the inside or even on the outside and point to it. Calvin has 3 apples. I know that 3 is less than 8, so my bar is going to be smaller than the bar for 8. So it's kind of like a part whole. Part of it's 3, and then the other part is what I don't know. How many more? So to solve this, so Justin, I can kind of cover up this one. Justin has 8 apples. Calvin has apples. How many more apples does Justin have than Calvin? So I could do 8 minus 3, and that'll tell me how many more apples Justin has. So 8 minus 3 is 5. And then I can even use a model to help me, another type of model. So I could use dots to represent Justin's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to use a different color to represent Calvin's 3. 1, 2, 3. And here's the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that make sense? There were 10 blue jays sitting on a tree branch. There were 2 blue jays sitting on a telephone wire. How many more blue jays were on the tree branch than on the wire? So I'm going to use the same type of bar model. So I'll just draw a bar, and it's going to represent my 10 blue jays sitting on the tree branch. And then 2 is smaller than 10. So I'll do a smaller bar and put 2. This will represent the 2 blue jays. And then how many more blue jays on the tree branch than on the telephone wire? So I could do 10 minus 2, and that would tell me how the distance from here. 10 minus 2 is 8. And then I can check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have the 2 blue jays on the telephone wire. And here's the difference. It should be 8. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Connie has 33 marbles. Juan has 28 marbles. How many more marbles does Connie have than Juan? So Connie has 33 marbles. Juan has 28. 28 is less than 38. 33, excuse me. How many more marbles does Connie have than Juan? So I could think 33 minus 28, and then I can find out how many more. So I don't want to have to borrow, and 28 is pretty close to 33, so I can just count up. So 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So 33 minus 28 is 5. So Connie has 5 more marbles than Juan. Does that make sense? All right. There are 92 pumpkins and 38 corn stalks in a field. How many more pumpkins are there than corn stalks? So 92 pumpkins, I can do a bar. And 38 is less than 92. So my bar just needs to be smaller. 38 corn stalks. And how many more pumpkins? This is one part. Here's the part that I don't know, and then I'm kind of comparing. Kind of, but this is a comparison model based off of part whole model. So 92 minus 38. I don't want to have to borrow, so I'm going to use a number line. I'll start with 38 and I'll add up to 92. So I want to do a small jump, 32, 38, 39, 38, 39, 40. So 40, and I want to get to 90. So I'm going to use each finger to represent 10. So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So that's 5 groups of 10, or 50, and that got me to 90. And then 90 to 92 is just another small jump of 2. So 50 plus 2 is 4. 50 plus 4 is 54. So there are 54 more pumpkins than corn stalks.